I've got 2 out of the 3 maps the community can vote on for the next map we play. I'm just struggling to find a third one. But you know what? I'll just do this one. I doubt anyone's actually going to vote for it anyway. Welcome back everyone to Pro vs New, a series where I invite 2 of my friends, one who has a long history of playing zombies and the other who is completely new to games in general, to play 49 zombie maps with 1 bonus map at the end. And in today's video we will be playing a map that was voted by 63% of you, the community, Transit. A very popular map that has community divided on whether it's good or bad, and a map that I have some very fun moments playing. Now before we start, I want to quickly say I highly recommend watching this video all the way through to not miss out on anything I've prepared. So let's stop rambling and let's get this game of Transit started. So as usual, we are starting off with my POV, where the first thing I do is try to build a turbine, knifing any zombies in the way while also grabbing quick revive. And sadly, after opening the door, I didn't get lucky enough with the spawns, not getting the ladders for galvanicles, but not to worry, I'm just hoping they'll be in diner. So I get on the bus and off to the next location, where I decide to get the B23R as it's one of my favourite guns. So let's check in on our new player's first experience with Transit, and the first thing we see him is shooting straight away after being surprised that there are zombies right off the bat. Where we then see him in the quick revive corner, and that's when it hit him. Oh, it's quick revive, and grabs it. Just in time, because only a few seconds later he gets trapped by the zombies and goes down. But not to worry, because he gets up and clears the zombies in the way, and then goes for the Olympia, not knowing where the M14 is clearly. Quickly going for another quick revive, but it's short-lived because after getting enough points for the M14, he goes down because he tries grabbing it in the worst time possible, where loads of zombies are ripping him to shreds. And now with 750 points, he does the most heinous thing in all of zombies history by opening the bus door. And after getting some helpful hints from myself, he starts running straight into the fog to escape, for him to then meet face to face with the one thing we all love about Transit, the denizens, with that ending the first run. So our pro is next, and this time he's doing something unusual. Maybe he's even read you guys' comments, because he starts knifing all the zombies, grabbing the parts and building the turbine, getting the M14 in the process. And that's him done. He then opens the door, but just before leaving he remembers, wait, I don't even have quick revive. So he goes and grabs that and gets on the bus in the meantime, waiting now for Ted to go to the next location. Now at the diner location, I decide to stay here for a while after finding out there was no ladders in the barn. So after a few rounds of killing and gaining more points, I keep hitting the box until I'm happy with the guns, ending up with the dual 5.7s and the Gillil and monkeys. And with that, I finally decide to leave on round 9 with a crap ton of points, where I end up going to farm to check if the ladders are there. And lucky for me, they were. And after picking them up, I go and grab double tap, but it's short-lived because only after a few moments later, I go down for my first round on round 10. Because I couldn't get the monkeys out fast enough, and why didn't I open the door, you might be asking? Well, sadly I misclicked. So let's now check on attempt number 2 and 3 of our new player. I'm sure he's gotten used to the spawn room a little bit, right? Well, after some small hiccups, we can now see that he's finally reached the second location. And if we're lucky enough, we might even get to see him hit the box. First, we can see him trying to jump over some zombies unsuccessfully at that. He gets double tapped by the zombies and goes down, ending his second attempt. And now for the third attempt, we see him in the spawn room as normal, when he then picks up a part, getting him closer to the mystery of crafting the turbine. And then again we see him hop in the bus, where he then gets some more helpful advice from yours truly, where I tell him to knife the Ted as much as possible to make the bus go faster. And that's when this gem happened. Yep, the new player has just discovered what happens when you make Ted angry. And if you think I was mean, don't worry, at least he got to diner in the end. He even got lucky enough to get the ray gun, sadly going down with it because he couldn't squeeze by some zombies. Then once again, after one hit from a zombie, even though it wasn't even red screened, ending off his third attempt. I wonder how the pro is doing, and we see him at the diner, where the first thing he does is putting up the ladders what he got from the bus to open up galvanicles, where he then, after a few rounds, he saves up enough points, getting them, making it easier to knife the zombies and gaining even more points, which he uses to get enough points to hit the box, aiming for the ray gun Mark II, which he soon gets, partly thanks to the teddy bear permaper. Now after going down, I then decide it's about time to turn on power and try to get Jug. So I hop on the bus and go to power, opening the door, building the power switch, quickly getting back on the bus just before it leaves to go to town. While at town, I go and grab my jug and then go back to bus depot to get another quick revive. And with that, now my goals have changed.
Those probers ain't getting me.
Now this attempt is magical. This is the attempt where our new player finally finds all the pieces and builds the turbine, proceeding to open the door that needs power, and not buying the door next to quick revive. Finally getting one step closer to understanding this map, where he then goes back to Diner, where he then finds out what the chat button does. Not knowing what's happening, he asks me for some help, where I then intervene to quickly stop him from writing to chat, preventing one of his deaths. So I guess we're now even. I made Ted kick him out, but I also helped him with this, so I don't feel bad no more. When suddenly the bus starts honking its horn, and this time the new player decides to hop back on, just barely missing it. And not long after doing the exact same while at farm, where he was running around while waiting for the bus to go and making this epic clutch to get in the bus. And after doing something so impressive, amazing, incredible, he then makes a huge fool out of himself by going down by one, and I repeat, one zombie, with his excuse being he was running a little fast, ending his 4th attempt. But not worry, I'm sure his 5th attempt will be even better, right? I mean look, he even has the ray gun. I'm sure this time he'll turn power on, right? So after what just happened, let's switch to the pro player, where we can see him perform the perk glitch on Transit, where you can get the perk and have it active even without turning on the power, by picking up the turbine just before drinking it, and if it worked, the perk should be grayed out. But the only problem is, I don't think it actually applies the effect, at least it doesn't with Speed Cola. If you guys know more about the glitch, let me know in the comments. Anyway, back to the pro, where we can see him at nap to get one of the jet gun pieces, and after picking up, he goes straight to put it on the bench, in the process getting stamina up with the same trick. And with stamina up as one of his perks, he uses it to sprint to the cabin for the next jet gun part, and finally getting Juggernaut on round 8. So like I said before, my goals now have changed to try and get the Galvanuckles and then Pack-a-Punch. So here I'm at Diner, going to Speed Cola building where Galvanuckles are, and with the part, I finally am able to get up. But sadly, I should have waited for a better time because I get swarmed up there and sadly go down. And you know what, we're going to leave it here. I'll show you my final clip at the end, so let's get back to our new player. Where in his next attempt, we get to see him reach his highest round ever. So let's get into what he did. So he's getting into a routine, grabbing the M14 and quick revive to then building the turbine, opening the doors, hopping on the bus and going to Diner, where he stays hitting the box until he gets a decent weapon, this time sticking with the Galil. And now he's just waiting for the bus to come. When he does come, he hops on, stopping at farm where he has a small blunder going down before opening the doors. But not to worry, because as soon as he gets up, he goes and opens the gate. Now exploring farm, but not for long because he hears the bus honking, so he runs back and ends up at power once again. This time trying to survive, but when he tries to squeeze past some zombies, it doesn't actually work and he goes down for his 6th attempt. But not to worry, we have one more attempt for our new player we'll be checking out very soon. Now with our pro, we are going to go speed mode. So the pro starts by collecting the second to last piece for the jet gun and getting it crafted at the bench, leaving wires for last because they are found in the power area. So then our pro goes and builds power where he finally gets the last piece, and he places the turbine to open up Pack-a-Punch, sadly for it to soon break, forcing him to go and grab another one quickly. And then placing it again, where he then runs towards Pack-a-Punch building and Pack-a-Punching his 2 guns, the Mustang and Sally and the Ray Gun Mark II. And then finally picking up the jet gun. With it now equipped, our pro is all set up and makes his way to farm, where the grind begins. We'll come back to see how the pro is doing at the end though. Now back to me for my final clip, where after going down I quickly go and get all my perks back. I finally get round to Pack-a-Punching the Galil, and in the end I go and hit the box trying to get the Ray Gun or at least the Ray Gun Mark II. And with a luck, I get the Ray Gun Mark II. But that luck doesn't last long, so I shortly go down. And after going down, I quickly go and grab Jug again. But sadly, Fog is in the best place to be running around when the round starts. And I get caught and killed for the last time, ending my... Well, would you look at that? This wasn't even my game. Because it never was. I fooled you all into thinking the pro was me. Remember this time I went down? It wasn't me. And remember this time? It wasn't me either. It was staring in you guys' face all along and you didn't even realise. Yeah, now you're going to see the video in a whole new light now, won't you? So yeah, with that hell of a plot twist out of the way, let's check out our new player's final attempt, and then we can actually go to my final attempt. Our new player's final attempt. Will he get to power or will he die trying? Well, let's check it out. So starting off, the usual for a new player, grabbing the M14 and quick revive, going to diner to hit the box until he gets a good weapon. And now we see him in farm waiting for the bus to go again. And finally, we are back at power. And this time, he goes straight to by the door, finally reaching the inner power bit. And now all he has to do is find all the parts. And sadly, being his first time here, he couldn't figure out where all the pieces are. And the last one took him way too much time to find. And the zombie spawned in the meantime, giving him not enough time to turn on power. And sadly going down right before being able to escape with power on. It's sad, but that's Transit for you. Ruthless. I think he did great even reaching here. So with that, ending his final attempt. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, my real final clip, where I lock in training in the farm area using the Mustang and Sally and the Raygun Mod 2 with the jet gun for when I run out of ammo, where I then take my first down on round 40. Yeah, that's right, I die for the first time on round 40. Am I worried? No, because like I said, at this point in time I was locked in. It was just tedious to run around getting all my perks again. And I get all the way to round 44 till I go down again, getting stuck in the bus doors. Yes, I know, it must be karma for when I made Ted kick out the new player, where once again I take 15 years off my life to get all my perks again. And finally, after my jet gun explodes, I think about having to go all over the place again. I really got tired and decided to end the game. First by knifing till I go down, and then, after getting back up, then the best way I could, dolphin diving right into a horde of zombies, ending my game on round 45. So now that everyone's dead, let's look at the board, where our pro got 100,000 points, I got 343,000 points, and our new player got 6,500 points. Then kill-wise, our pro got 756 kills, I got 3,287 kills, and our new player got 66 kills. And finally, our pro got to round 22, I got to round 45, and our new player got to round 8. And with that, we have finished Transit, a difficult and tedious map for us all. So if you enjoyed the video and want to show your support, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as usual, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Pray to be stronger men.